Welcome everyone to BL Switzerland, where we have USA #1 Carissa Yip playing against the World Championship challenger R Vaishali, and they are playing the Chess 960 format. Now, in BL, it's a triathlon. It's like you play all formats: rapid, blitz. You also play classical, and the day one, in order to decide who will get extra whites, they play the chess 960 format. Now let's have a look at the position. There's a knight on the corner, then a rook, queen, bishop, knight, king, bishop, and rook. So the rook is on the initial squares. The players shake hands. Usually on move 1, you take your time to play the move. It's 15 minutes plus 5 seconds increment. I do think e4 to open up the bishop makes sense. d4 to open up the queen is also fine. c4 is also not a bad move, opening up the bishop. f4 is also possible to hit the pawn directly here. h4 also seems, so many possibilities, and this is what makes chess 960 so interesting. Vaishali rightly taking her time because, what to do is the question, and she begins with f4, directly creating a threat on the a7 pawn. Now you can defend it with a move like b6 or c5, but you could also potentially counter attack with the move f5 and attack here on a2. So Carissa Yip has an option between these two. She plays f6, very interesting, because if Vaishali takes, she also wants to take here. Okay, let's see if Vaishali goes and grabs that pawn. She instead goes knight to b3, knight comes out to b6. And now for white, Vaishali gets her knight out to f3. And if you play a bishop move, then you can simply castle short, and then the position will start taking the contours of a normal position. c6 played here by Carissa. I wonder if she wants to play d5 in the center, and Vaishali gains even more space with e4. Remember, gaining space in chess 960 is one of the most important things. a5 played. Now if you go and grab this pawn, I can grab the a2 pawn. So that's the reason why, she takes it, and bishop a2 on the board. And rook a1, Vaishali is like, I do get the open file, so I'm happy with this. And now bishop to e3 is one move. She goes bishop f2, and she is preparing short castle. So a good position here for Vaishali. Rook a1, trying to hit the knight. The knight can actually move away. Castles played here by Vaishali. And Carissa already unleashing the tactics with knight d5. She's attacking the f4 pawn and attacking the knight. Pawn takes knight, rook takes a5. It's very interesting. And now Vaishali takes on c6. And Carissa, by the way, at any point can simply short castle. So she takes back, b takes c6, and she's very, very ambitious as a player. Vaishali pushes her pawn to b4, hitting the knight. Of course, you trade. So rook a1, queen a1, 9 minutes for Carissa, 6 minutes for Vaishali. A double attack on f4 and b4. And Vaishali can double defend it with queen d4 and attack the d7 pawn. Nice. A knight comes out to d6. And now one way to continue is d3 c4. He goes bishop e2, controlling the c4 square, and now Carissa castles. But now it's time to take the open file, isn't it? That seems logical, and Vaishali does it. She takes the open file. She's ready to enter in with her queen trade and get the rooks in. We have bishop to d5 played here by Carissa Yip. She is looking at the knight. The knight is well protected. Pawn to c3 played here, so that if you move the queen, you don't lose the b4 pawn. Bishop comes out on c7. And I guess queen a7 makes sense. She plays good high level chess by both the players. here. And Carissa avoids the queen trade. She plays queen d8. And Vaishali goes with her rook to c1. I believe she wants to play c4, but look at her time. She has just 9 seconds on the clock. So she is over thought here. And knight d4. Now the f4 pawn is under pressure, but the knight is hanging. If you take, I can bring my queen back. But there's bishop b6, which attacks the queen and the knight. Will Carissa play it? She's also down to 51 seconds. She plays it. And now Vaishali in trouble because her structure is going to be completely destroyed. Queen b7. Okay, c5 is not possible. The d5 bishop hangs. But she takes on d4. And now c takes d4, taken. White pawns are quite poor as of now. And bishop comes back to c7 to attack the pawn. But white does have more space. And black does feel a bit cramped here. So all of that has to be taken into consideration. I believe queen b8 is a good move. Yes, if you take, I take back with the rook. 8 seconds for Carissa, 9 seconds for Vaishali. Takes on b8. Rook takes b8. And now pawn to b5. Ooh, that's typical Vaishali. Takes, c7 is hanging. She's always tactical and she tries to get things rolling there. Bishop d6. And now rook to b1. Carissa plays king f7. And Vaishali brings her king up to f2. I mean, this does feel like an even battle here. Bishop e4 attacking the rook. That last move was played with just 1 second on the clock. Carissa is playing this too slow. She needs to move. She plays c takes b5 and loses on time. Incredible. The position is equal. And this would have ended in a draw, but instead Carissa loses on time and Vaishali scores a very important win for herself. And this was the only win that Vaishali scored in the Chess 960 format. And Carissa would be quite upset with what she's done here.